actually think I figured out why I'm sad. I can do hard, scary things. I save a lot of money that way. Someone tell my husband to get this for me. Lash clusters that I keep on. And I had a donut. I can see it. There's a beautiful... And a fight broke out at the Home Goods. So I'm gonna wear this just with Uggs. Forest. The sun is rising still. The dog is happy. We're just out here. It smells so fresh. It's so quiet. I've been hearing, the only noise I can really hear is the highway in the distance. It's a bit overcast, but the sun is coming. It's so fresh out here. And I got coffee and a donut before coming here. So we found a sun patch. We found a sun patch. That's what you want in the winter, guys. It's beautiful out here. You can see all of the snow on the leaves. I've seen a bunch of squirrels and heard geese. Haven't seen many birds, but I can see those at home, as you know. I have like a whole collection of wild birds I'm feeding in the backyard. But it's just so nice to be out in the middle of the forest. This forest too is more inland, so there's actually more animals and like different types of trees and stuff, versus when you go by the lake, it's a lot more like whatever can grow on sand. So the terrain and the vegetation is a bit different. So anyways, you probably don't find that interesting, but all that to say is I love getting outside. My winter has gotten so much better since I've made more of an effort to be active. Of course I couldn't be active over the holidays really with family stuff, and I couldn't really be active when I was sick. So now that I'm neither of those things, not busy with holidays, not sick, I've been going out all the time sledding. We sledded with friends this past weekend. We went to a super steep hill behind a schoolhouse, and we sled on our tubes, and the tubes are amazing. They go so much faster than the sleds. We were just like riding down the hill, and we would join up, and me and hubby went together one time. We linked tubes. It was so fun. And then, so that was Saturday. We had a couple kid birthday parties. We had church yesterday. And now it's Monday morning and I'm fresh and I'm in the forest, and it's just so nice to, you know, like oxygen, fresh air. It's warm too, but it's not quite to the melt point. So the snow is still really crisp and sharp for cross-country skiing. And yeah, finding this little sun patch is making me so happy. Like, I miss being in Canada sometimes, because Canada would have really sunny winters. You don't get that here because of where the lake is situated and how the wind blows over the lake and all the clouds accumulate. It's a long story. All that to say, it's usually really overcast. Michigan, where I live, is the second most overcast place in America after the Pacific Northwest. Basically where Bella and Twilight from, you know, Bella and Edward from Twilight were. That's the most overcast, and I'm the second most. So I need my vitamin D. We're gonna do this loop, keep going, and just enjoy. Hopefully we don't get clocked by a snowmobile. That's like my worst fear. I'm in the forest just shaking like a leaf, feeling like a snowmobile's gonna come out of nowhere and murder me. I guess that's the things you worry about in the north. Did you think I got No. Almost just dropped my phone almost. Look at this. Sunshine. Oh. Wow, guys. Are you having fun? See, there it is. So pretty. Yeah. Ooh. I can't really I can't ski and film very well, but you get the idea. Oh, and this is how I know where I'm going. See that? The first time I did this route, I was like, oh, like, where am I? It was so hard to tell. But thankfully someone had kind of walked through some of it, so I kind of knew. And she has a pretty good distinction too of she has a pretty good instinct of where to go. Sometimes I just follow her and I'm like, we'll make it out of here. Kiki's like, Mama, we're burning daylight hours. The only thing me and Kiki have to be careful of is snowmobilers. These trails intersect with a couple snowmobiling paths, so I have to keep her on pretty good recall. I was doing this though. I saw a snowmobiler and then it was like stinky with gas. And I was like, ugh, they're ruining the forest. And I just like zoomed away on my cross-country skis. And I was like, what is this hippie energy I am bringing? I'm like cross-country skiing, going to my electric car and complaining about the snowmobiling. Like, I need to calm down. There we go. Here, we'll flip you around. Yeah. Hi, Kiki. You can see? There's me. I'll do the classic. I'm in the forest. Free. And the sun. And the blue sky. And I had a donut. So, we're not like totally healthy around here. Ah! See there? Here's the bench. We have made it halfway. Look at that. So quiet. I can hear some highway, maybe a factory in the distance. There's so much snow. Oh, she's at a snowmobile crossroads. Go on, go on. See, I taught her how to cross the road. She'll wait at one side. Okay. See, I was gonna show off your skills, and now you're just snooping where you shouldn't be. Yeah, you can see the snowmobile tracks. They'll come from that direction. Oh, pretty. Also, when I'm actually going, I'm not usually going this slow. It's just because I'm filming and I can't like hold all this and you know. Oh, soon it's gonna be above the tree line. I can't wait. Full sun. Dog, we're on the right trail. You can see the target. Guys, I do like February. I always struggle a bit in January, but I like February. It's just fully winter. It's unapologetically winter. You don't have the holiday hangover. And spring will be here soon. Like, maybe it's the sunlight too. Day isn't, like, it's not so dark. Like, that's the hard thing with December and January. Okay, we're going down a hill. You wanna see? Here we go. Maybe I'm gonna crash. Hopefully not. Should probably use 2 hands for this. Whee! Go on! Ooh. Sometimes she gets in my way and then I bang into her. Yes. Okay, so down there, there's like a river. You can see the trees are sloping down. Doesn't this look like a place where an owl would live? Like, perfect owl? Or maybe a raccoon. See all the snow on these trees? It's still sticking. Oh, now I have to go uphill. You guys can't see it, but beyond these trees, I can see it. There's a beautiful... I'm okay. I was trying to go uphill, and I fell. Oh my goodness. There's a pond back there is what I was trying to tell you. Okay, obviously I survived. Look at this. Like a different planet. Creek down there. What do you think, baby? It's really steep. It's a drop off. Can you see that? I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. The thing I don't love is since we've gotten here, a truck has showed up. Toyota Tundra, silver. If I go missing. Hi, beautiful. Hi. We made it. Tall evergreens. We have found blue skies after all. Did meet up with my friend Caitlin. Two Caitlins together. Oh, you almost landed on his head.
Sliding is like really good for bathroom.
You guys, are you doing the mail? And it says post office. There's prices for stamps and everything. Troy loves the mail. There. What do we have? So you put the letters in the envelope.
After till we get donuts, okay?
I don't know if we'll get donuts. That. This library is great. We just really love to mix it up. I think that's so key to enjoying winter as a mom, is just like getting into visually diverse locations. So it's like we're at a library that we don't usually go to. We're in a different town, like that type of stuff, because breaking up the routine and the monotony just kind of like stimulates the brain for them and me. Like it helps me kind of, just helps you have something to look forward to. It's more stimulating, it's more engaging, and like that can be the problem with winter where you're just doing the same thing every single day. So getting out is just such a blessing. And it was so nice to see my friend. She's pregnant with their third, and she has twins. Troy, don't groan like that. So we're probably gonna get just like a little lunch now, or coffee, and keep enjoying the snow. It's so pretty outside too. So I have been enjoying winter. I think I wasn't enjoying winter when I was sick and like we were locked inside all day, but since getting sick, I've really made a huge difference. I've really made a huge commitment to getting out, getting to activities and events, seeing friends, and it's like made a huge difference with mental health. It was a zoo when we got here, and now they're the only boys. And now they're the only kids here. But it's just, this is a really nice library. Now we're gonna go to lunch. There's stroller kings. Jitsu. Yeah. He keeps hurting it. Okay, that's so nice. Thank you. Kids are being amazing. They're being amazing. They're being so easy. Alright, hello guys. Welcome back to the vlog, to my channel. I wanted to say thank you so much for the love on my last vlog, especially the heart to heart, where I shared some of the things I've been going through, like struggling with perfectionism throughout the years, reflecting on my channel, reflecting on my insomnia, anxiety, existentialism. You guys really just encouraged me in the comments. I really enjoyed reading the comments from the people who have been here from the beginning. I felt like it was a needed outside perspective for me. I can be really, really hard on myself, and I don't tend to trust my own thoughts and feelings. So it was just like really needed, I think, for me to read those, as well as the comments from people who have similar struggles to me. It just made me feel like, oh, I'm not alone. And it kind of made me wonder too, like, if there's like a common through line between people who have these struggles and people who are interested in these kinds of topics. Like, or are you drawn to my channel because you see yourself in me a little bit? Like, I don't know, it was just kind of cool, and I wanted to say thank you. I think I'm still continually growing. March is like a hard time of year for me. Kind of following though on the theme of vulnerability, I thought I would bring you guys along for something kind of vulnerable. I'm getting dental work today, and I struggle with severe dental anxiety. And I only realized recently how severe it was because I've had medical appointments recently, and I've gotten some bad news, and it didn't like make me have any significant reaction or panic attack or anything. But when I went in to get this dental issue looked at, I almost had a panic attack in the waiting room. Like, my heart was racing out of my chest. I was shaking. So I told them, and they were amazing. Like, my dental office is amazing. Like, they specifically ask on your intake forms if you have dental anxiety. And I always felt really silly because it feels like just grow up, just go to the dentist. But I wanted to share this with you guys today in case any of you can relate. Dental anxiety it's even hard. I have it, and it's really hard for me to take it seriously. Like, I just kind of feel like berating myself, like, get over it. But recently I've been kind of trying to reflect on like, okay, well, why am I this way? And the truth is, I've had a lot of dental work. Me and my brothers, we would always get cavities, like no matter our diet, no matter, like, we would band together and brush morning, noon, and night, actually, and floss, and we would still get cavities. We have like this protein or something in our saliva that's just really hard on our teeth. So cavities are just kind of like a normal part of dental work. And if you know anything about cavities, sometimes they can get worse, and then it's like root canal territory or losing a tooth. And when I was a really little child, I had 4 baby teeth pulled. And back then in Canada, they didn't have great numbing, and also there was no like nitrous or laughing gas. That's like totally an American thing. And so it was really painful and traumatizing. And then one of my crowns also as a child was worked on by this dentist who was like really encouraging, like, oh, we're gonna help you out. Like, he was super fun, super cool. And then the crown later turned out to be like incomplete, and there was an infection underneath, and I ended up losing the tooth when I was 10, and that dentist lost his license. And so it was just like bad dental work a lot of the times, just really bad experiences, feeling the pressure too from parents, like, I'm wasting all this money on my teeth. But I was doing the best I could, and I was still getting cavities. So you're carrying these like financial burdens as a child as well, like stressing your parents out with money. And that's kind of like translated into adulthood, where I just get severe anxiety over the spending of the money, the work in the teeth and the mouth and all of that. But I will say American dental care has been perfect because nitrous is included. So as soon as they figured out I have dental anxiety, all the way back in college, like, I was crying in the dental chair over something else. I had another one in college. I had an infected abscess, and I was getting fevers and stuff. So it was like very serious. During exam season, I had been neglecting my dental a little bit, and so it was an abscess that turned into like, it was heading infection towards the brain. It was really bad. I went in, I was crying in the chair. It was crazy. And the dentist just like, it's like he was just trying to get me to the point where he could numb me up and put the mask on. And so this is like a ongoing thing. And then the last thing that has caused my dental anxiety is like super kind of messed up, trigger warning. I was diagnosed by an orthodontist, me and all of my friends, no matter how straight our teeth were, as needing braces when we were like 11, 12 years old. We had them for 2 to 3 years. And it later came out that he was a PDF for YouTube censorship. They're Dr. Solomon. You can look it up. This is a real news story. Like, I am not making things up. And he would record girls and boys, like in the bathroom, using the bathroom. He would record you in the chair, and this all came out later, like files and stuff. And so that feeling of like laying back in a dental chair, there's like another layer of anxiety I get, especially being out of you, like consciousness a little bit. Like for wisdom teeth, I've never gone unconscious for a wisdom teeth removal because I'm so scared of like being out of body in a dental chair. And then, yeah, so just being in a dental chair, like dental chairs, like even in horror movies, like they're used as like a torture device, you know? And even though I'm not strapped down, it's just like that feeling of vulnerability, the lights, the people in your mouth, the exposure of like your intimate parts. Like I consider the mouth an intimate part, and so having people in there like is just horrible. And even though I never really got closure on whether or not like I was one of the victims, it's just having someone who's a PDF like in your mouth twice a month or once a month or whatever it was, knowing that you were in that vulnerable position as a child, like it just adds another layer. So all that to say, my current dentist is great. My current dentist is not a creep as far as we know. But I still feel like I go through these messed up like flashbacks, like when I'm in the chair, like all the pain, the infections, the cost, the being creeped on, all of that is like weighing on me when I'm there. And I feel like a lot of people go through this, but like maybe more with like medical anxiety. I know a lot of people who have birth trauma feel similarly. In fact, after my traumatic first birth, where the only pain relief they could give me for like 7 hours was nitrous, I couldn't use nitrous at the dentist because it would bring me back to birth. So I have all these like, I just feel high maintenance and like a burden. I don't know if you guys relate with that, but like when you're like, I have anxiety, I'm stressed about this, I was creeped down here, I had bad dental work here, I can't use nitrous because I had birth trauma. Like I just feel like this really like difficult, burdensome, complicated person. And I try to be low maintenance. I try to be chill and cool and like, oh, don't mind me. Like I don't like that feeling of dependency on people. And so getting dental work, it's just like this, it's more than a trifecta. It's like a quadruplica of feeling vulnerable, feeling like a burden. I was talking to my friend Maggie about it though, and my husband too. And they've just been encouraging me, like the dentist is there to save your life. Like what happened to me in college where I was getting fevers and like from a tooth infection, that would have killed me 200 years ago. Like I have to reframe and be like, this is like a doctor. They're helping me. They're saving my life. And then my husband, he's been incredible with the finances. Like I think I project a lot of like how I grew up onto him, where I'm like, I'm sorry. Because he pays for me. But he's been like, we have a health savings fund. We have dental insurance. Get the dental care you need. Please, I do not want you in pain. I want you to be taken care of. Even if nitrous is more money, pay the money. I want you to be comfortable. And it's like every time he does something like that, it's like patching me up and healing me and helping me not feel like a burden. So what's crazy though is what I did want to mention with why I'm tying all of this together is my inner work over childhood shame and some of like my fear and anxiety and insomnia. All of that inner work started when I was walking through town with Kiki, and I saw this they're just playing if you can hear them. I saw this dental office and I got this like chill and icky feeling down to my stomach. And I was like, I just paused on my walk and I was like, what is that? Like, what is that feeling? Like, I need to dig into this. Like, I'm done running from these feelings in my life. Like, even if it's something as silly as dental anxiety, like I am done running from these negative feelings because I feel like for the past 10 plus years, 20 years, 30 years of my life, I encounter like this negative feeling and I just avoid it like automatically. And that's partially how I do stay joyful and whatever. And it's very effective coping mechanism for surviving and moving forward. But at 30, like in 2026, psychological freedom, like I'm ready to deal with this stuff. So on my walk, I saw the dental office and I felt icky. And then I was like, why? And then I like dug down. I'm like, well, I feel gross there. Why? Well, I feel vulnerable. Why? I don't like people looking at me like that. I don't like them giving me bills. Why? And I just kept digging until I was like, I feel ashamed when I'm at the dentist. I feel ashamed of my decaying teeth. I feel ashamed that my family has to spend money on me. I feel ashamed that I'm taking up the time of these dentists. I feel ashamed, like, because I was preyed upon possibly by this PDF. I just feel ashamed and shame. So then that's how I found that video that I keep recommending all over my channel, at my blog and my Instagram, from Dr. Germer about self-compassion and childhood shame. I watched that video. It changed my life. And then I was like, and just like kind of going back to my childhood self and be like, hey, it's not a big deal. Like, I realized I was attaching moralism to the teeth. And I think sometimes people do this with their health too, or like the state of their life in some way, where it's like you attach moralism to performance. And it felt like with teeth, it was something I couldn't really perform. Like, I just would always get cavities and stuff.
Mama, yeah. So,
you want to come down?
Mama, is preschool closed?
Church.
Oh. Then.
But the grocery store is open.
Oh, and is the firefighter room or that is broken?
Basically, I'm just sharing this to share something. Like, this has been an ongoing thing in my life. I've purposefully never shared. I don't know. I've just like felt really embarrassed, especially like when you share about your teeth. So many people want to comment. They're like, oil pilling, coconut oil, charcoal toothpaste, do this, do that. Like, I've done it all. For me, solving like the teeth and solving the anxiety and solving the trauma are all separate things. So it's like I have to address the trauma, the memories, the anxiety, because then whether or not I have a cavity, whether or not I have to go even in for a cleaning, I won't have anxiety. Like, because yes, I can get less cavities through different methods, you know, but that doesn't really solve my fear of the dentist. Like, I obviously want to do that, but they're two separate things. I want to solve my fear of the dentist, so whether or not I need more dental work, I can mentally handle it. So I think sometimes when people give you advice for stuff like this, they're like, oh, well, here's how you can avoid getting cavities and then you won't have to face the dentist. Whereas for me, I'm like, no, I want to be able to be mentally tough enough to handle the dentist. And in order to do that, I need to go back through some of this trauma. I need to reframe. I need to create new neural pathways. And I know this might sound silly and complicated just for the dentist, which is why I've never really talked about it, but it's a real thing and it's getting worse for me. Because what happens with dental anxiety is you avoid the dentist, so you avoid cleanings. And then your, like, any issues you have get worse, but you avoid because they're already worse. It's like this weirdly horrible self-feeding cycle. All that to say, come with me today as we go get some tooth work done. And then cheers to, from here on out, we're going to go to cleanings. We're going to let the dentist do the x-rays and charge the bill and do what we got to do, because that's kind of my thing for my 30s. I'm like, I keep reminding myself, like, I'm a grown woman. I'm a big girl. I can do hard, scary things. And again, it's so funny to me because I had to like kind of get some bad medical news at a different appointment for me to be like, wait, I'm not a baby, because I got bad news and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like really practical and I handled it well. And I was able to like kind of like just deal with it. Whereas with the dentist, I feel like I treat it like a life and death situation. I don't want to avoid this stuff anymore. I want to be able to go to the dentist without having a panic attack. I want to be able to like check my voicemail, answer unknown numbers. Like, I have a lot of mental hangups from stuff that happened a long time ago. But as I go through my healing journey, I want to just keep growing. And I think one of the ways you can grow is to challenge yourself. But sometimes you just have to wait till you're ready to challenge yourself. I was not ready to do this 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3. I'm ready now. And so I'm not going to be mad at myself that it took this long, because I had to have all that other life stuff to happen in order to get here now. So that is just my little hi, welcome back to the vlog. Cheers to doing hard things. I don't think this vlog is going to be like super pretty, whimsical, or cute. Also, like, we're going skiing. That'll be nice to look at for you guys. But like, other than that, I don't have like cute outfits on the mind. I don't have like cute venues that we're going to. But I still thought it would be worth to share, because I kind of like this transition I'm doing to just doing more vlogs, less sit down talks, because I can sit down talk in the vlog. I'm loving it a lot. So anyways, thank you for being my emotional support as we go into this. and the bunny's ears are down. And then, oh my gosh, they just have the cutest stuff. Side, little outdoor side tables. Oh, and then I'm such a sucker for these. Like this Delft kind of blue pattern. I think this is like originally like from India. And this like pattern from India, and then like the Dutch colonialists brought it back to the Netherlands. So I grew up around a lot of this because I had like Dutch relatives, but it's obviously from India originally. It's so pretty, just the blue and white, such a classic. Look. And they're a good price too, $30. Yeah, they're called ginger pots. I always like, I wish I could have a whole collection. Oh, they're so pretty. And then yeah, the mix, I love this color, like that mustard yellow. Oh, and then of course, like the Peter Rabbit. So cute. Oh, it's like me and Bodhi and Shirley. So cute. The goose and then all the eggs too. Seriously, like there's like 1,000,001 rabbit things here today. I really wanted to get these chairs, but I have nowhere to put them. Yeah, they have good furniture here. It's very preppy and girly, which I personally prefer. I'm really paranoid about their art nowadays though, because I just kind of assume they have a lot of AI art. But I do like that. I do like that a lot. They're also very tempting. I used to be able to thrift wreaths pretty often, but I feel like nowadays you can only buy them new. And they're so expensive. Oh, I feel like a lot of you probably like this style. It's more like simple. It's very elegant. I think if I were to get one, I would get this one. Like a big fussy wreath. It's very pretty. Just yeah. It's $80. Goodbye. No. Just even looking at the greenery, guys. This is an emotional pick-me-up. This is cute. Look at this. Like a little fake Martha Stewart strawberry. Very cute. Kind of want to get like a big, like these or something to put by the front door. Get out. This is cute. Oh man. I remember when I first really got into mushrooms. Not like the drug, like like actual mushrooms and turtles and stuff. They were really hard to find, and nowadays I feel like there's mushroom decor everywhere. Look at this. Someone tell my husband to get this for me. Yeah, I kind of love that like whimsical decor is a thing these days. Which reminds me, I have to do my whimsical femininity video. These are cute. I really like this one though. I'll often get jellies and honeys from Home Goods. Like, I have no fear. It just looks like tasty, you know? I already bought these. I have these at home. But this is cute. Look at this. Lemon is also a motif I have a hard time resisting. Yours my favorite. like a giant asparagus. I really like these. Girls, tell me your thoughts on candle warmers. Should I get one? I feel like that would be better than emitting the CO2 or whatever into the house. And they make so many pretty ones nowadays. So tell me, should I get a candle warmer? Vote yes or no. Because then I could put like cute stuff underneath. Like, look at this. This is adorable. I love this like lemony color. This very pale. But honestly, anything Laura Ashley puts out, I'm a sucker for. This is so pretty. Do you guys hear that? Birds. So I kid you not, a fight broke out at the Home Goods between an angry customer and the employees, and I didn't have time to wait in the line, so I couldn't buy any of my stuff.
Get ready. So we can check back with you how you're feeling. Yeah. Yeah, Miss Caitlin.
This was numb, so, and the root canal, he said it went beautifully, so that's great. And then I did have to go back to Home Goods because I don't know if you guys caught this before the root canal, but when I was waiting in line, these people, like this girl, when I was waiting in line, this like lady was really unhappy with the cashier and started to like initiate basically a domestic situation, like fighting and being super mean. And so it kind of clogged up the line, so I wasn't able to buy my stuff. So I came back and all my stuff was put away, like they don't hold your cart for you. But the cashier, who was getting berated by that horrible customer, when I came through again, because I was able to go around the store and collect what I had before, when I came through, I said, I hope your day is getting better. That was such a horrible situation. Me and everyone in line, we felt so bad for you. And she was like, oh my goodness, thank you for saying that. And she was being so sweet, and we had a good, like, nice little moment. I was like, seriously, you handled that so well. And she was like, really? Like, thank you for saying that. And then she asked me she's like, if you don't mind, like, could you fill out the survey and like tell the store that? And I was like, absolutely. So, anyways, I'm going to be filling that out when I get home. This is numb, but at least I got my Home Goods stuff and the root canal's over. I did it.
You're trying to convince me of something. Give it a shake. Oh, thank you.
Just have a little Walmart black lamp back here that I want to replace. Let's replace it. It's just boring and whatever. Alright, this is what we have now. I can adjust the exposure so you can kind of see it a bit better. Very cute. I like the blue.
I'm reading books. Do you want to read?
On the building site, what does the digger do? The crane lifts the building materials. The harvester scoops up the grain. The dump truck carries the grain away to be stored. Good chewing. Daddy,
That's the end.
where's the end?
Where's the train on there? No train.
Are you guys hungry? The other way. Go around. Go
Go behind me. Go behind me. Go behind me. This is why I lift weights. Oh, careful the computer. This is why I lift weights and stay strong, because then I can still win. Snatch you.
I'm so trainer.
Farm, water. There's no train. False advertising. They don't have anything of the train. It says boats, planes, and trains, and there's no page about trains. It says boats, planes, and trains, and there's not a page about trains. Wow, dude, I'm sorry. That's probably why it was on clearance.
Now would you spin me on the chair?
You still gonna bring that up to your room?
No. Yes.
Okay.
The train is gone.
Do we look alike? We have the same eye color. Look, show our eyes together.
Yeah.
We have the same eye color. Everyone says he looks like Dada, but I think he looks like Mama. You okay? He lived in Mama's belly 5 years ago. Show the video. Do you guys know how to use them?
Hey, Jack. Okay. Oh, Troy's beat. Troy's beat. Now what did Troy do?
Here you go like this.
Hi, Troy. Over.
Hi, Bodie. Hi, Bodie.
Over.
Yeah, it's working. How are you?
Good.
That's good. Over.
What are you doing?
Sitting with you. Over.
For me?
You want to get up to your ear. You want to get up to your ear. So cute.
Very fast.
I will.
Tractors!
No, like run.
Someone mentioned, oh, Hannah mentioned the,
It's too long.
Hello. We are going to preschool, walk the dog, ski today. I want to show you that I am just wearing a top and leggings. Yes, this is what I wear underneath my ski outfit on a warm spring skiing kind of day. I got the socks. Usually you're supposed to wear thin socks, but I have Raynaud's, so I like a bit thicker of a sock. And then I actually did my hair today, even though it's going under a helmet, because why not? Why not feel good? I just did like a thick barrel curl, and then added some dry shampoo right here to get a bit of lift. And then also I did fake tan last night, so I'm feeling a lot more like springy, lively, fresh. Root canal is in the rear view mirror, so that's always good. Oh, and then also I do have the fake lashes still from my last vlog, which are just lash clusters that I keep on, and it honestly saves me a lot of time in the morning. As a blonde eyelash person, I feel like it's like a hack. I feel like I wake up like everybody else in the world. Like I just have lashes now, which is so nice. Obviously they're thicker and darker than they would be like for a natural lash, but it's so nice to have the freedom to not have to like get up and do all this like eye makeup. So I will continue to link those below. But all right, Bodhi, what are you? Peter Rabbit. Troy, what are you?
Pumpkin!
What's the book you're from? The Great Pumpkin Hunt? So you're dressed up as your favorite books?
Bodhi likes Peter Rabbit stuffed animal.
Yeah, and you like Pumpkin Book, right? Very cute, guys. That's your book. So cute. Troy, is this yours? You want to hold it up? Oh, cute. Very good. I love it, Bodhi. You love Peter Rabbit, don't you? Yeah, the cutest pumpkin. Pumpkin with a Nerf gun. That is the age wrap. There's innocence and there's an interest in Nerf. Hi, Peter Rabbit.
Can you bring my Peter Rabbit, Mama?
Yep. All right, I'm back from preschool. I did not need my meditation left-right frequency music because it actually went very smoothly. She's pestering me. She saw the leash. I'm gonna bring her for a walk. But I wanted to quickly show you. Stop, Harley. I wanted to quickly show you guys. So we were on vacation a week ago skiing and we taught the boys how to ski. I was a huge part of it, which was like crazy exciting. I always assumed because my husband was a state champion ski racer. He was like the, what is it called? The leader? He was like the leader of the team. Like he was the best one on the team. He taught me how to ski. He got me to the point where I could ski before I met him and my family did ski trips and stuff. But he taught me how to ski any run, like up to double black diamond. I can go into the trees. I can't quite do like a jump. Like I can go over a jump, but I hate every second of it, right? So he like taught me how to ski. So I thought when it was time to teach our kids how to ski, I would have like no part in that and that would totally be him, but I kept going and like helping and stuff. Anyways, we brought the kids to ski last week and I was the one who taught Bodhi how to ski because my teaching style is like very auditory. So I was going behind Bodhi and I was like, okay, pizza, turn, avoid that berm, do this. Like I was telling him every single detail, spread your legs out, look forward, knees bent. And he was like, Mom, I love skiing with you because you give instructions. And whereas like my husband was teaching Troy how to ski and they have the similar learning style where Troy just wanted to go down the mountain and use his physical body to kind of learn. Like he didn't need, or he wouldn't even probably listen to instructions. He just wants to feel it out. And that's how my husband learns. Whereas I taught Bodhi how to ski. Troy still can't pizza, so that's like when you put your skis in a point to slow down. Troy can't do that yet. He's also like his anatomy, the way like his rotator cuffs and like his hips and all of that ligaments, it doesn't really turn inward like that until he gets like a little bit older, but he can carve back and forth down the mountain. So he like is refusing to let us use the harness on him. He wants to do it all himself. He's a big boy and they both so they went from just doing the bunny hill, trying to figure out how to ski, to 2 times, like 2 ski trips later, like days at the ski hill, to now they're doing jumps. Like I was going behind Bodhi, he's like, Mama, I'm gonna go on this jump. And I was like, what? And he veered off to the side and he was like, and I followed him and I was like, I hate this. And he did like a little boop. He hopped, he did a jump. And some teenagers were on the chairlift above him and they were like, because he's so little, and it was like really impressive. And that's what's so cool about kids, like when you teach them when they're so little. It got bleak there for a minute. We were like, are they ever gonna learn? Like it was so much work on us. Like we had to carry them, we had to bring them everywhere, but they learned. It was phenomenal. So we're doing that today. And also while we were gone on that trip, we had a dog sitter, house sitter. I love her. It's a new babysitter that's really been working out for us. She organized my pantry while I was gone. And I shared it on Instagram and I got some DMs from people who being like, oh, I would hate that if somebody like organized my stuff when involved in my stuff. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like ever since we moved into this house, I clearly have needed help making a system. Like I have a lot of systems for like a lot of stuff in the house, but the food never got like a good system. And she gave one to me. And now I just have to like maintain it. It's like already getting kind of messy and I have to do good. But look, I opened my cabinet and I was like, wait, she had organized, like she put it all together. And she like, I got my potatoes, I got my miso soups. It was phenomenal. She even did this cupboard. So now everything is like set to go. I want to show you guys because she did that. It gave me the inspiration I needed to organize my upstairs. Like my upstairs toiletries and stuff have just been getting out of control and we never really had a linen closet. Like I would just shove the towels in our clothes closet on this shelf and it was like a horrible system. Now we have curling irons, steamer, humidifier, spa, random boxes full of like stuff. I have like, you know, those sticky tape bra things in here, towels, sheets. So it's all organized. And then I felt so inspired. And then I felt so inspired I was able to do this. So we have like hair accessories, things like that. Scissors, because you kind of need those sometimes when you're getting dressed. And then I have all these loose nails that like don't fit from some of the packs I got. And then I have all of the packs of nails available and ready. I used to get acrylic nails, but it was honestly so pricey that I stopped and just started buying like press-on nails because I save a lot of money that way, and then it's not so serious too, like they can pop off and stuff. So I organized all of this, and then I have my nail polishes in there. I'm so obsessed. I got this box yesterday. I put the fake lashes in here, and then I have some like random stuff like this cute like little phone case with heels, purses. I have all my purses up here. And then yesterday I got these boxes from the Home Goods. I stacked them. It used to be a bunch of pink boxes that were kind of like mismatched, and just to like visually streamline, I got these. And then I kind of like the mix of blues because that's a cornflower blue. We have more of like a turquoisey light blue. This is a green blue. And then we have this, which has all the blues, which I think is so pretty. So now we kind of like are tying it all together. And I do want it to look like a little bit hodgepodge messy. I like that like Y2K, I think they call it like whimsigoth. And it's like a pastel girly kind of version of like whimsigoth. Like I want the closet and the house by extension to feel like very lived in, very whimsical, very me, eclectic. Not like you can just go to Target and walk out with my house. No, like you have to travel around all of these boutiques, thrift stores, into my imagination to get a house that looks like mine. Like very unique to me. That's important. Just to, it's not about making a statement. It's about what makes me super happy. And so yes, when I pick out like art and stuff, I'm super curated for like, I want it to all flow together, but I also want to pick pieces that individually I adore. So for those boxes, I individually adore them, and then I'm just going to kind of make it work in the closet. And no, all the blues do not match, but I think that kind of adds a bit of like fun, serious charm to things. Also, I was thinking recently too about clothes, and like I'm also kind of bringing that into my clothes a little bit. Obviously not right now, I'm wearing workout clothes, but into my clothes, just kind of being more like whimsical and like fun, and not focus too much on looking expensive, looking polished, looking elegant. Like I think there's a time and a place for that, but right now as a mom of young children, I am like in this creative space right now, and I'm trying to bring life and joy. And to me, it's more about expression, freedom, and creativity. And it's bleeding out into my house as well. There's a lot of like trends in the last few years. I think it's like a recession indicator almost, where people want to look old money. I went through that too. But then there's like a point too where it's like, well, I'm not old money. I'm just an average person, and like sometimes it's okay to just be who you are, you know, and your house can reflect that, you know. It's okay too if you like those styles, but if it's not like reflecting your taste or how you really want to be, like why not just express your own taste? And with that being said, I want to show you this book I got a coffee table book from the thrift store this past week called Cottage Living, and I was like looking at every page like, this is my style. I will go get it. Bye-bye. This is the book, and what's special about this and why I got it is because it is from 2002, I believe. Let's check the publishing date. This, if you guys don't know, this is where you can see how old books are. You go over here to the copyright. So it's 2002. So it was written around 2001, 2002, or at least assembled then. And when I was decorating this current house, I referenced magazines of traditional home from 2001 and 2002. And so with something like this, you're going to get more of like a time capsule of that specific era versus a modern interpretation on that era. And that's really key. It's like in education, they would call that like more of like a primary source versus a secondary source. So when you're researching, a secondary source is like a summary or an essay or research on the original information. And so this would be a primary source. So Pinterest inspo, blog posts about 2000s inspired homes would be a secondary source. But in order to really capture the charm, like even my vlog and all this, seeing my house, this would be a secondary source. In order to capture the charm, I go to the primary source, which would be design magazines, design books, actually published in that era. And that's how I got like the yellow for our house. I found that in a 2003 blog post from that era. Yes, they had the internet back then. I got the blue in our house, same thing, from a blog post. So this book I would capture or classify as a primary source, and the theme is cottage living, which it's like a bit more specific, but you can see the rich texture, patterns, colors, the vertical, the use of vertical. So we have the dark up here, so our eye goes up here, but then it travels over here, and then it travels down here. And that's how you design these 2000s houses. You can see my nails are on theme as well. You want the eye to travel, but it's all cohesive, right? And then you have the patterns, the textures, the living things, or that's probably a fake plant, but like the concept of like the living things with the orchid and this, and then you have the round shapes, the sharper shapes, the soft brown wood. And it reveals, and it results in a very cozy kind of atmosphere. So this is another great example. Lots of fake plants in the 2000s. I think nowadays people use more real plants, but the pops of colors. You do have neutral here, but it's still very warm and inviting, as well as having a bit of traditional detail, not too much modern. Same thing here. I love this. I love these ukuleles up here. This is exquisite. This would be a good breezy, neutral kind of example. My favorite is this one, because even though it's white, you can see the patterns on the couch, the fun pillows, yellowish color down here. It's just so lively and inviting and not too serious, which is what I love. This is really fun and fussy. I love these. I kind of want to incorporate some of those into the house someday. But the use of pink. Nowadays, I feel like people really are scared of pink, but it's such a gorgeous color in interiors. And then you have that feminine influence with the cheetah print, the flowers. Again, this Y2K era, not everything is gonna work, right? Like this looks kind of dated. So you have this tufted kind of grandma couch. This is more farmhouse style, but there's still elements of this I like the furniture layout. I like the wallpaper. Again, this looks like something you'd find in a colonial house. But there is bold texture. There is bold teachings here on how to make something cohesive and lively, and not to fear color on the walls, not to fear colored furniture. We have here more just use of color to draw the eye in. I feel like nowadays people just automatically paint everything white. I used to do that, but you can really add cohesion even with red and green, and it doesn't look like Christmas. This is a great example of a statement rug and how you can have more calm walls, but then the statement rug down here, it's so timeless, and then tying in with the colors. The last thing I want to say is the cool thing about these books and magazines is that they will have information on design things you might see. So for example, the Staffordshire dogs, this is from the English country style for several hundred years. Usually they're on the mantle. So you can do callbacks to this kind of stuff in your house, and there can be more meaning and thought behind how and why you are decorating a space. I don't know where they went, but I did have a stack of traditional home magazine. My mother-in-law had collected like 40 issues of traditional home magazine, and I just went through and I circled, and that's kind of how I carved out my style. And again, because I live in West Michigan, we do have a bit of cottage influence where we live, so it's not crazy to kind of lean into that. That's the only other thing I would say. Try to lean into the architecture of your home, the place where you live. You know, if your outside of your house is Tuscan and then the inside is farm and barnyard Joanna Gaines, sometimes that doesn't really flow. And so because our house is traditional 90s, I lean into that in the interior. And obviously do what your heart desires. It's just, these are some design principles that once you know the principles, it's easier to decide what ones you're gonna follow and what ones you're gonna not. And also there's money constraints and practicality, right? I do my best, but it's not obviously not magazine level. Maybe when I'm 50 it will be though. Here is the dog walking fit. I will quickly say, if you ever want to look like more put together without like trying at all, get yourself some long coats. This was kind of like an extra large number from the thrift store that did not fit. I took it in at the waist and now it's like really flattering. It's super high quality. It has 3 or 4 layers that zip and button. And then because it's that extra large, it's also long enough for me. I have very long limbs. So, and then also the shoe, my girls, the shoe with the sock up is very flattering, especially if you have larger calves like me. And this is like a classic dog walk look. And then also I got my winter glasses on. I love these. I'm not a sunglasses person. They're very overstimulating because I don't like that I can't see the real color of the world. But they still, like these, still offer protection from the cold. And then of course the headphones, because I'm listening to breakdowns about quantum physics on my walk, or music. Like, I'm not that cool. It's just whatever I happen to be listening to. Since are my least favorite, I like the light brown ones, but I can't find them because I lose a lot of stuff in all the different handbags I have. Can you guys see her? She's sleeping right here. Oh, bye-bye. So cute. Is getting ready for spring, but look how ugly it can be. Like this. This is the hard part of winter. That's why I prefer when the snow lingers. Look at that. It's like coral. Like a deer bed back here. You can always tell that deer bed down because it's all flattened like that. The birds are starting to welcome spring. I can hear them. So we had snow and then it melted, and then we had snow and then it melted, and then we had snow and it melted again. That's the hard thing about winter sometimes, is because the melt, it gets you excited for spring, but then spring doesn't come and the snow comes back. So even though it's March now, we'll probably have a couple more rounds of snow and melt. I have a birthday in April, and sometimes I get snowstorms on my birthday, which is the 2nd week of April. So I just try not to get my hopes up even when the birds are singing. Ah, some burning bush red. Can you see that? That's a good sign. Sunshine. Maybe I'll make a commitment to bring you guys back here in the summer so you can see how pretty it becomes. To walk that public land next to the road, because I don't like walking on the road. I just think it's so dangerous. That's why I stick to the sidewalk as much as possible. Right now I'm on a bike lane. That was the only downside of when we moved. We were just slightly out of town where the sidewalks are. Guys hear that? That was a mourning dove. Guys, high alert, mourning dove. I repeat, a mourning dove. She is cooing and hooting. She says, hang on, the snow is not gonna come back. This is the last melt. Hopefully. Do you see in here? There's purple. See the purple? No, you probably can't. It's back in there. My biggest fear is finding a dead body, because I walk so much and I walk in kind of like obscure places that other people don't walk. So I'm always really scared of finding one, especially in the forest. And because my husband's a state trooper, he gets calls a lot where it's like, oh, this guy looking for mushrooms back in the forest found a dead body. And I'm like, ah, that could be me. I mean, obviously, sympathy to the person who died, yes. But I, my entire life, have always been terrified of finding a dead body.
Are you training or anything?
Hi. Patient girl. They got me in really fast because I had my dog tied to their door, but that's just small town things, guys. Don't try this in your town unless it's exceedingly small. But we walked to the coffee shop. I got my coffee, got my dog. We're gonna continue on. Usually, if there was like a bike rack or something, I would maybe tie her to there, or if it was super busy, I wouldn't have done that. But there was nobody in line. Just stopped briefly. I think I found the biggest tree in my town, and it's randomly just by these kind of ugly strip malls. It is so wide, I wouldn't be able to wrap my arms around it. Here, dog for size, dog, tree. It's magnificent. And then look at the top. It's not even that wide. It's just the trunk that's extremely wide. I wonder how old this is. Well, and it's kind of cool when you think about it because we have the main thoroughfare over here, but they kept this ginormo tree. Wait. I don't know if you can hear me over the cars, but look what I found. The blooms are coming. Winter is gonna come to a close. At home, I'm actually really sweaty. You can work up a sweat walking. I'm gonna rinse off, grab the kids, and then we have our ski trip. I'm very excited. Hubby's gonna come home from work. We're gonna go. My hair elastics have already broken. We haven't even done our first run. So now I got pigtails. Here we are.
And I don't know if I'm okay.
Yeah, 13 comes after 12.
I know that something ain't right. These thoughts aren't just in my mind. I think there's days and I can't even sleep. Sweet home California, miss that sunshine on my skin. I've been daydreaming about you and me and what we could have been. Oh, you know I'll make it back to you. I'll make it back to you one day.
It's so warm, I have not needed my mitten at all. I got it stuffed into the bottom of my snowman. The kids are doing good. We've had like no crashes.
Told you by the waist, my darling. But now summer's here, my baby's nowhere near. My hand feels empty like the home that she left, empty like the hole in my chest. But now, oh now, I wonder if you think of me, or am I just a memory? If so, please don't tell me, 'cause I've been holding on to fantasies that we could be together for eternity. I just had to leave and get my grad degree, baby. Sweet home California, baby, how I miss the beach. Been in New York City 7 days and I can't even sleep. Sweet home California, miss that sunshine on my skin. I've been daydreaming about you and me and what we could have been.
That's the red book.
Oh, okay.
This TV in her guess what?
Troy's telling me all about his kitty, who's brown with white paws, right?
Yeah, but
And she's not with us right now. She's in her car.
red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, brown, and white,
Yeah.
and black.
Yeah. And usually when we ski, he says Kitty is sitting right here next to us. And then when we go down, she comes with us. Imaginary friend. I never had an imaginary friend, but I always think it's so cute when kids do. And I guess psychologically, it's healthy. So it only clocked to me recently because he talks about Kitty all the time. I think he's had it for about 6 months to a year.
Follow my
We're having friends over today. Dada's been studying for his pilot check ride thing. I made these cookies and I wasn't sure if they were gonna turn out, so I kind of just like made them without bringing you guys along, but they're kind of delicious. I've had one. So I will link the recipe. It's just like a thin, crispy oatmeal kind of situation. I like offering kind of like a breakfasty, brunchy cookie for a play date because it's so simple. It kind of fits into the category of breakfast, snack, lunch, dessert, treat, and it's always a hit with the kids.
Orthering Michigan.
Good morning. We are having a play date today we're having some friends over. I was supposed to have 3 moms and other kids. It was supposed to be like 12 kids, a huge thing. And then yesterday, 2 of my friends told me that they have fevers in their house and people are throwing up, so that's obviously not gonna happen. But one of my friends is still healthy, and we invited somebody else who last minute was available. So hopefully goes off without a hitch, but it's kind of like not as big of a deal now that like the guest list is way smaller. So I have oatmeal cookies. I'm gonna make bacon, and I do sheet bacon nowadays, and I think I've showed this to you guys, but I'm still going to show you because it's just like the best mom hack. If you make bacon and you want it to be like a hands-off experience, this is how I do it. And hubby, he's making coffee for us so generously because I can't make a decent tasting cup of coffee to save my life. Okay, so you take the sheets and then parchment paper. Alright, so with sheets and the way, oh, okay, my other friend texted me, she's not coming. So it's one friend and her kids. Megan's not coming, so we'll need a little less bacon. Okay, so one of my friends just texted me, she backed out too. This is the thing with winter, like Michigan northern moms will know, like everyone's struggling because we are lonely and we miss each other, but then when we finally get hangouts off the ground, like illness comes in or weather. Thankfully, weather is a lot better nowadays as far as driving, but illnesses still exist, and everyone is so respectful and doesn't want to give other families like stuffy nose, vomiting, which I do appreciate. So I buy my bacon from Aldi. You guys have seen that before because it's cheaper, but I also like the taste and the size of it. It's not too thick or too thin.
Are you showing how you make bacon?
Yeah, and in this one there will be a scene of you skiing. Are you excited about that? Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy school.
We call this the Breakfast
I'm gonna
Club.
go upstairs and keep working on
That's
my
actually how I first met my friend Maggie. I got invited to her house for the Breakfast Club. Keep getting more, and off the Troy's floor. I've been giving them little jobs, and that helps them, like, because they get really excited, and then sometimes when kids are excited and they don't have a place to put their energy, they become kind of naughty or start like making shit, like fighting with each other and stuff. So I give them like little tasks, and then they have a place to direct their excitement. Not rocket science. Great, dude, I'm so proud of you. So to go with the bacon, I'm just gonna scramble some eggs and have some tortillas and salsa and shredded cheese out. So if people wanna make a burrito, they can, but they don't have to. This is where we're ending up. We have glasses for water. We have 2 carafes made. Okay, it's focusing on Kiki. Hi, BB. Okay, focus here. All right, we have 2 carafes, and then I have a couple mugs. This one, I like to offer just a normal mug. I have a lot of funky mugs. This is a cute mug. I actually got this from the free mugs at my internship in college. Someone had gotten from the first Starbucks store. I worked at HarperCollins, and they had this section that said, please take. So I took this, and I've loved it ever since. And then obviously just some thrifted mugs if she wants a smaller cup. The cookies that we made, I cut up some avocado. We have cheese, tortilla, salsa. The eggs are done, and obviously, like if you can't tell, this menu was determined back when we were gonna have a lot more people, so I have downsized the amount, but I thought why not still throw a nice thing even though it's just one of my friends coming over. The play date is going well. These are amazing. If she has a recipe, I'll ask her to link it.
You left the kitchen light on and it's time to go with it. It's better in your arms. Hold me when I'm scared.
Went well. There is trash everywhere. Toys, fun was had. It was so sweet. They did help us clean up the basement.
Keep us both like this, 'cause I can't imagine being away. But the things you do say otherwise, and I'm starting to feel like I'm the only one.
get out of the house. I'm in like a weird bad mood. I don't know why. It's gray outside, maybe that's why. Thought I'd show you the outfit. We have the Y2K Hollister jeans that I showed in the last vlog. Then I paired it with this kind of like berry colored little jacket I thrifted recently. I think it's like kind of fun and feminine. Nice transition piece from winter to spring. And then I do still have that red top on underneath, but I tucked the bottom away. I don't mind mixing the berry and the red. It's just the silhouette is more flattering if it's tucked up. So I'm gonna wear this just with Uggs Y2K like bootcut style. This is a little bit outside my comfort zone because it doesn't have a lot of waist emphasis, but I think it's still kind of cute and like youthful. So I don't know, sometimes you just gotta get stuff that like makes you a bit happy. And then I did do up the top button, kind of flattering. So I don't know why I'm in this weird mood, but I thought it might be worth it just to, I don't know, tell you guys and kind of show you when you're in a weird mood as a mom, like how I get through that. I think maybe because it's like the end of the week and hubby is still going to work another Friday night alone for me. So my protocol is usually like leave the house because that gives me and the kids good memories. They do really well outside of the house. And then get food out too. So I don't have to like cook dinner tonight for them. We can just enjoy being out and about. So anyways, this plus Uggs. I think that'll look really cute. You're letting Troy out? It's so nice.
You have to stay on the sideline.
Don't run, wait for us. So as I was driving, I actually think I figured out why I'm sad. I don't think I really vlog in March. There's a reason. I have this physical reaction every single year, the second week of March, because that was actually when one of the most horrible things in my life happened, like 10 years ago. And if you guys haven't read the book, The Body Keeps the Score. The body keeps the score. And every year, I feel like garbage. I feel sad. I feel depressed. I cry randomly. I get inflammation and pain. Second week of March every single year. And this year I'm being a bit more transparent, actually sharing with you guys. So you get to see that. But I was like, why do I feel this way? And then I remembered. Even though up here, sometimes I forget, my body doesn't.
Ruby shoes, rosy cheeks, skipping down Linden Street. Here's the bird sings along, joining in their morning song. Big ideas, little hands, dreaming up mighty plans. Waves hello to the sun, a new adventure has begun. There's pirates and princes and crocodile caves, and skies full of ships that the starlight engraves. I lay in my bed and I think of that girl. Magic she held in her world. If she saw us now, I wish I'd make her proud. Tell her the stories of wonders we found. Oh, I need her back, tracing her tracks, following maps so I can catch a flight towards the second star to the right. Blinding lights, chasing dreams, losing time. Life becomes a leaky boat. You're rowing just to stay afloat. The more you live, the more it seems that shine can fade from everything. Eventually, it's all the same, and you're just getting through the day. There's heartbreaks and mistakes and searching within, and nights without sleep, wondering what could have been. I lay in my bed and I think of that girl. She held in her world. If she saw us now, I wish I'd make her proud. Tell her the stories of wonders we found. Oh, I need her back, tracing her tracks, following maps so I can catch a flight
vacation?
Out of nowhere into light, a comet sparkles through the night and takes my breath away. The whimsy of the little things is where the magic spreads its wings, and that's where it will stay. Oh, neighbors sing the scent of rain, or in the springtime birds refrain on ordinary days. It's pockets full of pixie dust and keeping faith and growing trust and staying wonderstruck. It's beautifully tragic to long for the magic, only to find inside of you. I lay in my bed and I am that girl. Marvel at magic, I hold it in my world. If she saw us now, I know I'd make her proud. Tell her the stories of wonders we found. Oh, I got her back, I traced her tracks, I followed maps and caught a one-way flight towards the second star to the right.
She lives in the kitchen.
She lives in the kitchen. This is cute. They have little art for the kids. I go with the tablecloth. What? You can ask her.
No.
You want me to ask?
Anywhere over there or anywhere down there, but you can't close any doors. Okay? And then when the drone...
Are they in the corner?
Yeah.
Are they scared or happy?
They're smiling.
Oh, now they're mad. Now they're upset. Oh, Bodhi got out. Troy got out.
I found you guys!
I'm here! Run! Run!